All of my brothers in arms, if you're ever doubting yourself when you're doing the hard work and it is quote unquote not paying off, then please allow me to share a story with you and please allow me to help you switch your mind around this topic, right? So many times we are in the gym, we are hitting the weights, we are making the calls in the business, we are practicing the piano, whatever your craft might be, right? And so at the end of the day, you have done every single thing and you just haven't been able to do anything that day. So for example, you have been cold calling for like 6, 8 hours all day long and you haven't been able to successfully book any appointments, for example, or you have been practicing the piano, but you haven't been able to get that thing that you've been looking for, that level of connectedness with the music or the piece that you're actually practicing or writing or whatever that might be. And so what I really realized is that the actual work and the actual patterns that we are building inside of our brains, the habits, the character traits are way more important than the outcome that we are able to achieve that day. And hey, Mr. Sherlock, hey, Mr. Obvious, I know that I didn't invent the idea of not instant gratification, right? But if we are willing to focus on input focused work and efforts instead of output focused efforts, then we'll be actually changing not only the mindset, but actual source of our satisfaction too. So here's the thing. Instead of you saying that, hey, I haven't been able to book any appointments today. So for example, I'm very much in business nowadays. Instead of that, you're saying that, hey man, I was cold calling 8 hours today and I was doing my best effort. Do you see that? Because you have control over that thing. And so if we are willing to do that thing and if we are willing to build that thing inside of ourselves, then we'll be just simply forgetting about the outcome, because the input and the actual present moment of doing the craft as good as we humanly possibly can will be the actual focus instead of doing the thing which is like, hey, what is the outcome, right? And so let me share a little story for you here for reference. So one of the greatest things that I was building inside of myself, or regarding to my personal development, one thing that was in my focus was building my stamina, but not only just to build my stamina, physically, but also mentally. What are the things that I'm willing to go through in order for me to be able to get to somewhere? So for example, I'm willing to make the freaking cold calls and I'm willing to, invest 12 hours of work days in order for my business to work. And so back then I was a lazy dreamer guy, which was a super nice period. And I just simply had different orientations in life. But what I want to say is that many times I just simply got defeated by my own ideas, by my own not willingness to go through the hard things. And so yesterday something like that happened to me again, right? So I'm also, playing music, I'm jamming, I'm rapping, and I'm singing. And yesterday there was like a jam session out there in the city, and I was like, okay, man, let's go there. Let's jam. I mean, I regularly do I attend like jam sessions. I'm rapping, I'm freestyling, I'm singing, whatever. And yesterday I pretty much got late to that event because I had another call with someone who I haven't been able to collect the cash from. Never mind. The actual idea is that at that point I felt like, man, I didn't really eat all day long. I'm just feeling defeated. I didn't really get any success. And after that I was like, man, I can't do this thing. I was also super high, on testosterone because I'm like Nofap day, I don't know how much, but I'm feeling like, man, I feel like I can't hold it since more than 2 weeks. And this is serious. I'm just a freaking animal nowadays. And after that, I just went to the club, I just simply felt that I need to talk with people, I need to socialize. And instead of me, just giving up at that moment and just giving up and just listening to this weak voice, I just went to the club and I was like, man, you have to come here and you have to approach a few girls because this is your problem. You don't have to philosophize on your life. You just simply have to come here and approach a few girls, approach a few people, and just ease away this anxiety, because I know that my social anxiety, my lack of being enough is coming from me not being able to connect with people. This is perhaps part of my personality, part of me, right? And I was there like, man, like here's this group of girls. I'm just kind of, afraid of, approaching them, despite of me cold kind and approaching people all the time. I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to. After that, I was like, man, I don't give up. I just did approach. Hey girls, whatever. And after that, I just like boom, like like dopamine, boom, like success. I got my first Instagram, and I had a boom, like from there on. I just like went to the next girl, and the next girl, and the next group of girls, and the next group of girls, and guys. And by the end of the day, by the end of the night, I was talking with I would say that more than like 30 people. I've been able to collect two Instagrams from, and I would say like two Instagrams from guys who are like highly leveraged guys. One guy's like kind of an actor, and he's like a very, very leveraged guy, and like we were friends. Another guy's from Amsterdam, and like we just made like very, very good friends. And also I've been able to get 3 Instagrams from 3 girls that I actually like. We actually have been able to connect, and they actually agreed to meet on later on. I mean, by the way, this is my strategy in the clubs. I don't go there to get like one night stands. It doesn't make too much sense, right? I go to clubs to prospect. This is like sales, brother. I go there to collect as many Instagrams, as many contacts as humanly possible. Perhaps if I'm having like a super, super great vibe with a girl, then maybe something can happen. But at the end of the day, I'm not there for that. Because again, I'm feeling, I know that, I know my value. I don't just want to like sleep with a random girl, like I want to, a little bit meet them. And I know that might sound like, hey man, like, no, of course I'll be, doing the thing. I'll be shooting my shot. But what is more important for me is to have more volume. It's like me shooting more shots, me collecting more leads, if you will. So this is like more like a salesy approach than, just trying to close one deal. So instead of me trying to close one deal so desperately, I'm going there and I'm using my time as efficiently as possible. So for example, let's say that you are 3-4 hours in the club. Instead of you like path number one, you are trying to collect as many Instagrams as humanly possible. So for example, during that time, if you're like very, very good and if you're very, very talkative and all that stuff, you'll be able to collect like 10, 15 good, like qualified good Instagrams, right? And out of that, you'll be able to arrange at least, I would say like 5 or even 8 dates, right? But if you're just, trying to, hook up with 1 or 2 girls, then you'll be just pretty much wasting your time, and maybe it will not even happen. And you're just wasting out all of that other opportunity. So with that being said, the actual idea over there was that, hey, if I'm able to collect like as many Instagrams as I humanly possibly can, then let's say that I'll be able to, like get way, 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 way more context out of that. And I'll be just simply able to, get way more dates out of that and way more possible relationships and just to simply meet more people. This is my whole reason behind it, right? And this is the idea. But if at that moment I'm just listening to this weak voice, which is like the general voice, I'm just like, I'm just coming back home. But I didn't. And I stick to this thing. And whether you believe it or not, the stickingness is coming from us actually going through the hard work, the thing that we don't want to do, the cold calling, the running, the cold showers. I'm doing them every day. I'm keeping my mind and my body sharp. This is perhaps the highest level skill or character trait that we can have, brothers and sisters. And the sooner we are willing to admit that, the sooner we are able to level up. So with that being said, all of my love, I hope this made sense. Also the girls part, but the most important part that I really wanted to share with you is the actual idea of us always sticking through that thing and us being able to go through the things that are hard. Because at the end of the day, that will be the goal. Love.